Good morning. Good morning. Unity Spiritual Center, Spokane. So good to see you. My name is Sally Sludge, and I get to be your platform assistant today. So here at Unity, we are all about our mission. We try in every committee, in every meeting, in every spirit group to have our mission here be at the forefront of what we do, what we decide, and what our purpose is. And that mission is to transform lives and inspire people to make a positive difference in the world. That's for all of us here in the sanctuary and all of you still in your jammies, hanging out at home and watching us. You know who you are. As always, we begin our time together by sharing our opening affirmation. I will say it once, and then I will ask you to repeat it. There is only one presence and one power active in my life and in the universe, God the Good. Together, there is only one presence and one power active in my life and in the universe, God the Good. This is Unity's foundation principle. It's the basis of what we do and why we're here. One presence, one power, and one life living through and as each one of us. This morning, we get to hear from our friend Karen Dunmore, our transformational speaker, and her topic is unleashing your force potential. Woo! Doesn't that sound energizing? Unleashing your force potential. She will also be leading us in the meditation. And we're also being very blessed today by Jan Kraft and her musical friends. Jan right here. So thank you so much for sharing your gifts. And with that, let's hear from the musicians.
Well, I think as most of you know, Karen's going to be leaving us, and this is her last Sunday, and she's making a move to Portugal. So today we're going to spend our time blessing her musically along her journey. So that's what the music is geared towards today. So Karen, it's always a little discombobulating to be in a foreign country, and sometimes things get a little iffy. So what I want you to do is remember this prayer we're going to sing for you, and sing it to yourself whenever you're feeling a little bit out of sorts when you start your morning in Portugal, okay? And for all of you, we've got the lyrics here. And by the way, I'm Jan, and this is the Janettes, and they're going to be singing, helping you sing, today. So follow Sally. It's a call and response song. I'll do the call. Sally's going to do the response, and our Jeanette males here are going to be filling in some beautiful harmonies. Okay? All right. So you following. Respond with Sally, or you guys can respond with them if you want. This I ask you now, wherever I go, go with me. Wherever I stay, stay with me. Wherever I walk, walk with me. Wherever I am, be with me. When I rise, rise with me. When I rest, rest with me. When I pray, pray with me. When I love, wherever I go, go
that lovely? And now, Karen, it is your turn. Before I give the reminder, I missed it on the script. Sorry, it's the singing thing. You all know what to do with your cell phones right now, please. Upper left side to turn them off. Thank you much.
Oops, sorry. I just got the order of service. Well, good morning, everyone, and anyone and everyone. Well, I love that song, and what I thought was really funny was the slide said, whenever I pray, play with me. I love that. It was great. So, as you heard, my talk title is Unleashing Your Force Potential. Everything that works in mutual harmony with the divine plan, we are part of that universal scheme, just as important as the sun and the moon and the stars. And that's a Paramahansa Yogananda quote. I found that quote after I sat in my home this week, pondering the talk I am giving right now. And that was after discarding several pages of the talk I was going to present. Just didn't work for me. I have never done that before. Usually when I write a few pages, I'm going to use them somehow. I'll manipulate them, I'll do something with them, but this time there was no way that it was going to work for me. So maybe it's my new attitude about letting go and releasing. Who knows? But what I had written just wasn't what I wanted to say. And when the writing doesn't flow, questions come up into my mind, which hopefully some days rattle things loose or make me think. Some of those running through my mind were, how can I best serve this community and the community in which I live? What will the universe bring through me? I always pray that it will speak through me and shut down my ego for at least this period of time. How can I be relevant without being offensive? Well, I didn't really get any answers to those questions. I guess I will find what I am meant to do and the ways in which I'm meant to serve. The universe always brings something through me. I never know what it's going to be, and it can't be scripted. Sometimes inspiration just comes in a flash, and sometimes it doesn't. So I started to open books. And I went to my particular Bible, which is Discover the Power Within You by Eric Butterworth. I can always find something in those pages that will move me. I love this book, and I give thanks for the simple way Butterworth has of briefly explaining the seemingly inexplicable. Within its pages, I found the expression force potential, and I just love that and intrigued me. Just the words themselves have a lot of power in them. So I'll go into force potential a little bit later. I'm going to read the prologue to this book, because that's the opening to my talk, and we'll see where that goes. So according to an old Hindu legend, there was a time when all men were gods. But they so abused their divinity, the chief god, Brahma, decided to take it away from man and hide it where he would never find it again. But where? Some of the lesser gods were called in for suggestions. We will bury man's divinity deep in the earth. No, Brahma said, that won't do. Man will dig deep in the earth and find it. We will sink it into the deepest ocean. No, Brahma replied, man will learn to dive into the deepest ocean, search the ocean bed, and we'll find it. Another piped up, we'll take it to the top of the highest mountain and hide it there. No, man will eventually climb every mountain on earth. He surely would find it there and take it up again for himself. Then Brahma spoke. Here is what we will do with man's divinity. We will hide it deep within man himself, for he will never, ever think to look there. The legend continues with man climbing every mountain, digging, diving, and exploring. We do that, don't we? I know that I have. It seems to be the way of humans, searching the world high and low for something that is not a thing, searching the planet for that which has been within us all along, because we know it's out there. It's not. Jesus found that power, the divinity, and shared it with whomever would listen. He did not ask us to worship him, but to follow in his ways that we may know the fullness of our being in oneness with our Creator. I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. And in this he is saying, through my example, through what I am here to teach you, what I am about to show you, to the path on which you will walk to find that what it is you seek. I think we can see by the state of the world right now that not too many people believed the truth of these words. Maybe they were just too busy searching out there. We did what we do. We put Jesus on a pedestal, a cross, making him an idol to worship. As we continued with our search, finding everything outside ourselves to satisfy our egos, and nothing to feed the hunger in our souls. Jesus told us that we are the light of the world, each one of us, that the works he did, we could also do. And the definition, I jumped a paragraph, and then some. Some argue with that. It sounds much too grandiose that we could do what Jesus does. Couldn't have meant me, right? So many of us are content with calm, comfortable, and mediocre. Rocking the boat is not what normal people do. So who are these normal people anyway? Anybody know? What exactly does normal mean? I looked up the word, and what I got was conforming to a standard, usual, typical, or expected. I feel so blessed not to have even one normal friend. My friends, my heroes, my mentors, those I love, and some that I even dislike, are anything but normal. They are exquisite, magnificent, inspiring, magical, courageous, and daring. They exude force potential. I hate to say it, but it certainly looks like it's time to start rocking that boat and knocking out some more abnormal people. Here we are in the midst of these not so normal times, going through the biggest changes and challenges of our lives. There is no normalcy, no standards to conform to, nothing usual or typical or expected. It's kind of like being in the midst of a raging storm. We don't know where we will be when the winds stop. We're being challenged right now to redefine normal. We are in a tremendous time of evolution, and in each previous time of great change, every evolution, when it seems impossible to believe, beings of great light, creativity, and courage have been born. They were born to hold the space for the consciousness of the world to evolve. We are those beings. We are the change we want to see in this world. All of us, every one of us, and it's up to us to make those changes, to inspire others. We will go where we are led, to do what we are meant to do. There is no task too small or too great, and we each own our place in this great tapestry. Some of us will be called to different locations, as I have been. And I trust that the universe is offering something that will lead to a higher level of understanding, a higher consciousness, an adventure that will open heart and mind in ways they have never been opened before. I know that my suitcase is mostly full of disorganized right now spiritual books and writings, a few journals, and a bunch of things that have never gotten finished. So that's part of my plan, is to just bury down, walk around, experience, and find some order in my life. I also know about the healing my body needs, including a healthier diet, some exercise and long walks, taking care of the aches and pains, and doing the stretching that I most need and don't make time for. And the solitude that must come to clear the clutter in my brain right now, the unknowns that both excite and terrify. Something big is happening right now, and normal now isn't what normal used to be. Just as a diamond is formed with incredible pressure, so are we developed through the pressure we experience. Think about it. From the very beginning, those days in the womb, where we were warm and comfortable, were preparing us for the biggest debut of our lives. No idea that our task would be saving humanity and raising the consciousness to a whole new level. Our entry into being was heralded with intense pressure as we molded our tiny bodies through the birth canal and propelled into a room full of chaos, noise, and blinding light. This is where divinity meets chaos. Life begins. This was going to be my talk title, Divinity Meets Chaos, but it didn't go anywhere. But I thought I'd use it here because I really liked that. All this before we drew our first breath. If I was told 5 years ago that I would willingly be speaking into a microphone and giving a talk, those of you who know me know that that would have been an impossibility. No way. Yet here I am, led by a force greater than myself, force potential to do another something that I said I would never do. I've also told this story about how this came to be. I was at a caucus in 2015 for Bernie Sanders at the North Idaho College. And it was so big, they had to open a second building. Well, I got so excited by that energy that I wanted it to go on. So when they asked for volunteers to go to Boise, I raised my hand. At the end of when all the energy left the room, it was just those of us who had volunteered. And the woman in charge, in her direction, said, what I would like each person to do is to just tell a little bit about yourself. So we want you to take the microphone and get on the stage. And by then I was halfway out the door. Backing up, didn't want it to make too obvious, but I really did. And I regretted it when I got outside, but there was no way I was going to do that at that time. So I did get to go to Boise because most of the people that were signed up were college students and they couldn't afford to go. So they had my name, so they called me. And it wasn't energetic at all. By then, Bernie was no longer in the picture, and it was just kind of a lot of agenda items. So but on the way home was when the miracle happened. I processed my whole thought, my whole thought process and the way that all worked. And all the way home, I was talking to myself about, think of all the things you've missed and all, that kind of stuff. And that was perfect. I mean, that was the impetus that made me just step aside, step out of my fear, and start to make steps to use my voice. And that was a big thing for me. It really was. And it led me eventually to become a licensed Unity teacher. So you never know what the force is going to bring. So that title, Unleashing Your Force Potential, part of that was mine when I let go of my fear of speaking. The idea of force potential excited me just thinking that we have this force within us and the potential to use it in whatever way we desire. I knew it was going to be something wonderful. Butterworth said, all through the universe, there are force potentials. What we have called space is really a presence. For there is one continuous, unified, intelligent, and inexhaustible potential that here and there precipitates as matter. And I am being called right now to tap into my force potential. And for some reason, the place I'm being called to is 8 time zones away. This is the perfect time for me to get back to basics. I said that in my last talk. I think my last talk title was Back to Basics. Take some time, books, journals, and just get away from everything familiar. Clean slate, an empty vessel to be filled with the qualities and characteristics that I would like to develop. And preparing the classwork for the class I taught, Unleashing New Thought and Unity Basics, that was the first step for me in diving into those stories again. I hadn't read any of that since I was in that class. So that really got the ball rolling, and I'm really thankful for that because I kind of drug my feet about signing up to do that class. Just imagine this force potential that is inside each one of us, the substance of which we are made, our God stuff. In researching, I found that the force exists as a living force and as the cosmic force. The living force is the field of energy vibrating in all life forms. That includes us. This magnificent power, this God stuff, is what we are made of. These energies feed the common force, which is the glue that holds the galaxies together, that which connects us as one. You will know that I am in my Father, and you in me, and I in you. It's from John 14, verse 19. And what I like about that particular voice is that it speaks of our oneness. We are all one. I am going to close with something that Marianne Williamson wrote. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. And that's from A Return to Love by Marianne Williamson. Thank you very much. I'll be back up for meditation after this song.
Thank you for that, Karen. When we talk about the force potential, you know what activates the force potential? It's when you love, serve, and remember.
Why
more time and sing it to yourselves. Or have you come to earth? You're singing to you now. Do you remember? Or have you taken birth? Why have you come? You know why? You come to love, serve and remember. To love, serve and remember. To love.
Oh, that was so beautiful. Thank you so much. It really hit home. It's kind of a bittersweet Sunday for me. But anyway, it's meditation time. So I'd like to thank the Janettes as well. Do you remember? Why have you come to earth? Let's just take a moment and breathe in the oneness that we are. We center ourselves now in the one presence and one power as we give thanks and open our hearts. On your next in-breath, feel the energy in your hands, the force potential as it tingles in your palms and moves out through your fingers. Let it flow back up your arms. Feel it embracing your shoulders and moving down through the heart. Invite that energy, that power, the force to fill your body. With love, with memories, with presence. Take a moment to feel the fullness of that potential. Feel it as it spills out of you and embraces with infinite love everything that is arising in unity with all. Feel the loving fullness as it embraces the entire world with infinite peace, love, and radiant life. Take another deep breath. Fill up with the light and the radiance. And let yourself feel the vibrant, creative, extraordinary being that you are. Just sigh it out. And just open to a few of the beautiful words of Marianne Williamson. And know she was speaking to you as she wrote. And take this into your silence. Who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous, Who are you not to be? We are born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. And take that home with you there. When you're ready, open your eyes and just smile.
Karen Dunmore. I know that you will be back in 3 months, but I want to take just a second with all of us to let you know that you will be in our thoughts, you will be in our prayers, you will be in our hearts for those 3 months, and that we honor you for who you are and your non-normalcy and your uniqueness and all of your work. Can we have some appreciation? I made her cry. That's the force unleashed. So, this next part in what we read every Sunday morning with whoever is up here is absolutely my favorite part. It's what resonates in my heart, particularly when I'm feeling sad or fearful or whatever. And that is, unity stands for peace in the presence of conflict, for love in the presence of hatred, for forgiveness in the presence of injury. Unity honors the many names for God, the many paths to God, for we know that there is only one power, one presence, and one life. So whoever you are and wherever you are on your own spiritual journey, you are welcome here. Aren't those lovely words? I love that. You are welcome here. And I'm going to put an ad-lib plug right here for anybody who would care to join me in the Yellow Scarf Brigade, which simply means you come a little early on the Sundays that you're coming, and you smile a little more, mask on or not. You shake hands if you're in, you welcome people, in other words. I am part of the welcome team, and I would love more people to feel in their hearts that they want to do that. So that's my plug, off script. If there was anyone here for the first time and you feel comfortable raising your hand, we'd like to say hello to any newcomer and to offer you a coffee beverage at our barista stand. And we have the best baristas in town. Just got to tell you that. Anyone here? I have lights above me. Oh, there's a new person. Oh, that's the barista. Not new. Here we have lovely. Here's the person. And back there. Thank you so much. Thanks for having the courage to do that. Just go to the barista cart after the service and they will bring something up for you. So, for those of you who are joining us online, you can sign up for our e-news to learn more about what's going on here and our upcoming speakers. You do that by scanning the QR code that you see there. It's also posted, of course, out in the atrium and in the fellowship hall, or you can find us on social media. Thanks for joining us today. And now we're going to do a greeting, and there are still people who mask up. Be respectful of that, of course. Let's take 1 minute, and then we will bring you back and continue. So please stand and greet each other.
Hello. Yeah, greetings. So for this, I'm just going to kind of say what we said in the e-news. Is that cool? Do you want to say something? For Jan Craft. For next Saturday. I mean for next Sunday, sorry. You're like, wait, what? No, is that
Because
Sunday?
I got a correction from a music team member. People need to provide their vaccination card or any other labs.
Okay.
She had texted me, texted you guys to put it.
Yeah, I can put it in for Wednesday. Yeah, bring your vaccination card.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. And then, yeah, so maybe you can quickly go kind of over this. So I won't say anything. Is that cool?
No, I think you should say something else.
Yeah, great. Sounds good. Yeah, and I'll be ready, but I'll say it's more information in the news. Yeah. Okay. That sounds good. This is working, right?
Well,
Yeah, I can hear you pretty well.
You can hear me.
Yeah.
I have a loud voice.
I did too.
Karen, you can hear her as well.
Oh yeah, she had the hand puppet. Oh, okay. Didn't or the mic? Didn't she have a mic or no? Okay, do you want to bring people back?
yes, I got it.
Come back. It's time to sit down. I love you all, but sit down.
Much better than mine.
Sit down in 4-part harmony.
That was way better. That was way better. Hey Charlie, you and Joan are coming up, right? You and Joan? Okay. Oh, thanks for listening and doing what the singer told you to do. You're much better behaved when it's a nice, musical. Okay, so we've got some news you can use. First up, as always, and we just mentioned it, please sign up for our e-newsletter. Everything that we say up here, more details are going to be in that e-news. If you need help signing up for it, please come let me or Deanna know, and we will put that. We will help you do that. And if you're not receiving it, we can also help you find out where it is and how you can get it to your inbox. So let us know. Okay, so as you all know, there's something coming up next Saturday. What is it? Woohoo! Good job. Guess how many people have RSVP'd? 6. Sorry. No, I'm kidding. So go ahead and RSVP if you can. I haven't RSVP'd yet. Yeah, Deanna RSVP'd. So you can do that through the e-news, or you can come let us know and we will RSVP for you. So just do that after services. We're really excited. We need to know how many veggie burgers to order. So if you are a vegetarian or vegan and you want that option, please be sure to RSVP. But we kind of want to know a number for general purposes, obviously to make sure we have enough food. So please do that as soon as possible. It's next Saturday, 5 to 7:30 in the parking lot. Everyone is invited. So as many people, family, friends, bring them, and it'll be a lot of fun. Okay. Next Sunday after services, August 28th, from 11:30 to 1 p.m., we are having, well, actually, Jan Kraft will be leading a Unity Choir rehearsal. Yes. For her music director candidacy. So this is not an audition for Unity Choir members. Don't worry. Don't freak out. But if you are interested in being a choir member or joining the choir, then you should come next Sunday from 11:30 to 1 just to help Jan try out for that. You do need to be vaccinated, and Sally does have something else to share.
Naturally, I always do. After this went into the announcements, it was suggested by the music team, since we still have a vaccination against COVID policy set by the board, hopefully that will fade into history, but it hasn't faded yet. And so to be a singer and to project your aerosol, like we all do, we need to have a record that you have been vaccinated against COVID. So please, if you come, and please do come, it'll be fun. Bring your vaccination card, and we will keep an official record. The first time, we won't have to do it every time. And this is standard procedure. My orchestra, outside of and another singing group I'm part of, it's exactly the same thing. Beginning of the year, demonstrate that you've been vaccinated. Thank you.
Thanks, Sally. Okay, and then next up we have the Power is Within You workshop with Catherine Dietz, and that will be a 5-week series, Tuesday evenings in the chapel right here. It begins September, does that say September 6th? Yes. Is that a Tuesday? Is that it? Okay, good. Just making sure. Tuesday night, and that is from 6:30 to 8 p.m. It's $150, and you can sign up through the e-news or come see me or Deanna after services if you are interested, and we can assist you with that. It's going to be really amazing. Way more information and details is in e-news, so if you want to read more about it, check it out there. Okay, and then also we've got Reverend David doing a Think and Grow Rich book by Pam Grout. He will be doing a book study. It is an 8-week series, and that starts on September 8th. It's a Thursday from 10 to 11 a.m. right here in the chapel. So he will not be doing a Zoom class this time. It will be in person, and that is by Love Offering. Please sign up for that through e-news as well, or you can come see me or Deanna, and we can help you as well. So that'll be a really great book study with Reverend David. Okay, and now we are very excited to have a board update with Charlie Carr and maybe Joan? No? Okay, and then Joan. Thank you.
So I just want to mention Karen and I, just real quickly, Karen and I share a birthday, so I'm very excited that I get to go, part of me gets to go with you to Portugal. So may the force be with you. Yeah, you see how I did that? So I've got some good news, I've got some news, and then to share a little bit of additional news, and then a request. So I'm going to talk about money. So I'd like to know who has some. Awesome. We are going to lunch after this, and you're treating. Anyway, so these are numbers through the end of July, and the good news is our expenses are about 18% less than what we projected. The icky news is our revenue is also 18% less than what we projected. So with Unity looking to continue to move into powerfully manifesting our mission by unleashing our force potential, I'd like to invite you to enter into a time of prayer and meditation and reflection on how best you can support Unity going forward as we are looking on the horizon of new minister and all that. So, and then the additional news that I have to share is for these classes that were mentioned and any classes in the future, we do have partial scholarships available. So who do we see if somebody's interested in that? You see Deanna if you're interested in that. Thank you. And now Joan's going to come up. She has something to share as well.
Well, I've never been as funny as Charlie, so I'm sorry. I'd like to ask Karen if you would come up, please. So I was down with the kids and didn't get to hear the talk, but I presume you mentioned that you're going on a trip, a long trip.
Yes, I did.
And this is going to be a big change for all of us because Karen is our licensed Unity teacher. She's been serving us faithfully for how many years? 3 years? Or I can't remember quite when you got your final certification.
Yeah, about that, yeah.
Yeah,
I've been
and
here
so
for 30.
Oh yes, and all the other 27 years that she's been here doing things. And I just want on behalf of the board and the entire congregation to thank you for the many, many ways in which you are supporting this ministry. And I want to tell you about some because you may not know about all of them. And this is just recent, like since the pandemic. So certainly you've served as our licensed unit teacher. You've shared your positive, inspiring messages with us. It's just been really, I've heard people talk about how helpful it is for the things that you've shared. You've taken the lead on Christmas and Easter services while we were without a senior minister and just continued those traditions and made those seasons very meaningful for us. You've continued to teach classes throughout the pandemic. You and David McClure kind of kept our adult ed alive during that time, and now we're so happy to have other people joining in too. But that's been a really big addition to our ministry. It's not over yet. She served on the Sunday service team, and her primary role has been responsibility for the live music that we have been able to reintegrate into our services. So that has made a huge difference in our worship experience. So we're so grateful for that, and she loves doing that. And then finally, is it okay if I do that one? Sure. Okay, good. Karen has made an incredibly generous financial donation.
I thought it said gorgeous.
Oh. And Karen is gorgeous. Anyway, she has made this incredibly generous financial donation to replace all of the windows around the atrium to help this be a warmer place and a more energy efficient place. So. So as a token of our great respect and love for you, we will be delivering a gift to you before you leave. I'm sorry things just kind of piled up right before this week. And let's all stand and do our unity blessing for Karen. So let's rub our hands together. This is the we love you, we bless you, and we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ light in you. Ready? We love you, we bless you, and we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ light in you. So it is. Thank you.
I love you. I bless you. And I truly, truly appreciate you. I behold the Christ light in each and every one of you.
Thank you.
Whew. A lot going on here. Now it's our time to celebrate abundance together as we share our tithes and our love offerings. If you'd like to give virtually, the number is up there. To text, you text the amount of your donation to 509-215-2552. For those of us in the sanctuary, the ushers will be going around with love offering bags. If you're a monthly giver or you're giving virtually, you can just hold the energy, please, for that donation. And let's join together in our love offering blessing. I know that my giving blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I give and receive. I give for the abundance that is mine to share.
And Karen, as you go forth, just remember, God is always with you. You're never alone, girlfriend. God is always with me. I'm never alone. Wherever I go, on my own, I don't have to worry. The Spirit of God is within. I I'm never alone. It's the force that makes me whole. I am not discouraged. I keep that spirit inside. It's alive. Sometimes I stray and I wonder, thinking that I can't do all. Then I see the truth and surrender. The Spirit provides me with peace, hope, and joy. God is always with me, I'm never alone. The power within is your love. Spirit, now embrace me. The power within is my source. I'm never alone. Sometimes I stray and I wonder, thinking that I can't do all. Then I see the truth and surrender. The Spirit provides me with peace, hope, and joy. God is always with me, I'm never alone. The power within is your love. Spirit, now embrace me. The power within is my source. I'm never alone.
So, thank you, Diane. We thank you and all of you for these gifts, for those who have given them, as we know, as we send them forward in continued service to our mission of transforming lives and encouraging people to make a positive difference in this world. So it is. Amen. Chaplains. Our chaplains today are Al. You're wearing many hats too. Al right here in the front, one of the Janettes. And Steve. They've been holding the service in prayer. And one of them, is Steve here?
Yeah, Steve's in the back.
Right back there. One of these gentlemen will be up here in the front. Prayer is extremely important to this ministry if you haven't gathered that. And so if you wish to pray with someone, confidential, of course, something that's heavy on your heart or something that you want to share, something happy, take advantage of our chaplains. They're here every week. Very important. And also, if you're in need of prayer, prayer support, there is on the seat, on the back of the seat pocket, right in front of you, there should be some request forms for prayer, and you can fill them out. We have a prayer team here that will pray for a while here, and then they're sent on to Silent Unity. So there's lots of prayer energy that will go into supporting your requests. And now it's time for the kids, I think.
I'm walking. We are walking in the light of God. In the light, 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 in the light of God. Is this is it. Thank you for whoever we have today.
How do you like that for a transition? We are so thankful for all of them, all of our kids, our youth in front of us, standing back here, and for those who work with them. That's just part of what unity is. Let's join together for our children's blessing, first to them and then for ourselves. So, be the love you are, sing the song you hear, share your joy of life with people far and near. And for ourselves, be the love we are, sing the song we hear, share our joy of life with people far and near. And finally, the prayer for protection. Oh, thank you. That's right. Go back with whoever brought you. Thank you, Hank. Now, please stand if you're able, and let's join together in the prayer for protection, followed by the peace song with real live accompaniment. Thank you, Greg Tennell. Together we affirm, the light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well, and that's the